Good morning, the big show's on the radio. And now, the offsetting Santa's little helper. And now, story time with Karl Childers.
I reckon you're the one to know about that Ebenezer Scrooge feller in the Christmas Carol there. I can't rightly figure out why they call it that. Ain't hardly no singing in it at all. Well, sir, this Scrooge feller pretty tight with a nickel, I reckon. Some folks calls it cheap, I calls it tight. Anyway, there's a feller there that works for Scrooge, named of Bob Cratchit. Bob Cratchit's a hard-working man. Scrooge is cruel to him. Don't pay him much of a wage. Just barely enough to scrape by on, I reckon. Won't even let Cratchit put a coal nubbin on the wood stove or keep the office warm so he can do his cipher in there. Well, sir, seems like Scrooge don't have time for all this Christmas foolishness. When old Bob Cratchit asked for Christmas Day off, old Scrooge just seed red. He cusses out Cratchit something fierce. Had not talked to him that way. He no count. Well, sir, that night Scrooge is walking around in his drawers, eating a bowl of soup, fixing to hit the hay. Some folks calls it straw, I calls it hay. About then his old dead partner come a-rattling in chains and a-crying and carrying on to beat the band. He tells old Scrooge he better get his head right about Christmas, or some ghost is gonna come and pester him about being a good part of the night there. Old Scrooge don't believe in ghosts. You reckon he just got some bad potted meat what was a mite off. Sure enough, that Jacob Marley haint was right. That Scrooge, that ghost wakes him up in the middle of the night, takes him back in time somehow or another so old Scrooge can see himself before he got old and give out. What a good feller he used to be before he got all cheap on everybody. That old ghost brought him back to bed there, and them ghosts weren't satisfied, I reckon. So a little while later, another haint come along, showed him how just about everybody in town hated him on account of he said dad blamed mean and all. He carried him over there to Bob Cratchit so he could see how poorly his family lived on that sorry wage he had paid him. That one little old boy there he is, name of Tiny Tim. He tiny, all right. No bigger than a squirrel. All crippled up with that bum leg there. That ghost told Scrooge that boy's gonna die. It's all gonna be his fault. Before Scrooge could put up a fuss, that ghost carried him back on home. Before he could even catch his breath or get a drink of corn liquor there, that third ghost showed up. Them other two ghosts was right talky, but this one didn't say much at all. He just kindly pointed and sort of floated around a great deal, all spooky-like. I reckon he's from the future, because he's showing Scrooge how happy folks are going to be when he passed on. He's downright giddy, going through his belongings and such, deciding who's going to get that Bible, who's going to get that book on carpentry and all. That ghost even showed him sure enough that Tiny Tim didn't kindly make it neither. And Daddy wrapped him up in a towel and buried him in the backyard there under a rock. Poor little feller. Well, I reckon Scrooge liked that boy a good bit, because he come around pretty quick after that. That ghost weren't done yet, though. He toted Scrooge out to the cemetery there and showed him his own graveyard. Scrooge started a-bawling, "What'd you have to kill me for? What'd you have to kill me for?" Well, he woke up. Old Scrooge just ate up with the Christmas spirit. He sent a big old turkey and some potted meat and soda crackers over to Bob Cratchit's there. He even did some trading with that big girl over at Ye Old Dollar Store. Bought them Cratchit youngins some Power Rangers and Barbies and whatnot. He gave old Bob Cratchit a good wage. Put electric heat in the office there so Cratchit could cipher right. They even helped old Tiny Tim get better so he didn't have to feel guilty about him dying and all. Tiny Tim was so happy he even let Scrooge put his arm around him before he left out of there. Scrooge went to town, giving folks money, smiling and dancing. Well, I guess them folks thought old Scrooge finally busted a spring. They plumb feared for their lives. So a bunch of them got together, chased him down, put him in a nervous hospital. Moral of the story is, if you're stingy, it might be better to change your ways some other time than Christmas, because you might end up in the nervous hospital.
Story Time with Karl Childers is brought to you by Hargrave's Potted Meat Product. Chock full of peckers and lips since 1937.
Can I carry you around like Tiny Tim?
These guys are smart. Other shows just make them sound that way. It's John, Boy, and Billy on 106.3 The Eagle.